Hey, what's up there, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another live stream. In this stream, we're going to be going over parcels. We're going to be diving into parcels. This is the next course that I'm going to be working out here. A lot of this is going to be really dirty, really ugly, really just more or less just trying to figure out ways of being able to show this Civil 3D content in a clear and concise way. With the live feed, it's going to be dirty. You're going to be seeing a lot of the issues that I might run into when going through some of the functions or like the coursework for the members that are subscribed to this channel. If you would like to skip all of this stuff, and you would like to go and get the shortcut options for a lot of the different options and functions within Civil 3D, I highly recommend you become a member within this channel. And with a lot of my coursework videos, I go into a lot of this stuff and kind of cut through a lot of the dirty stuff that I'm working out right now. So, but if you'd like to just see what I deal with, feel free to join me, and feel free to leave a comment within the chat or down below within the comments section. If you have any issues with Civil 3D, I'll do my best to try and figure it out for you. But yeah, I mean, this is just a place to where we can kind of come together and try to figure things out, because none of us know it all. So right now I'm in a parcels drawing, parcel 1A, within some of the coursework. If you're interested in finding out where the exercise files are, a lot of these exercise files they come with a stock installation of Civil 3D. So if you were to do a little bit of a search within your help files that come pre-installed on your installation of Civil 3D, this is where a lot of the exercise files come from. With a lot of the coursework that I deal with for the members, I create more or less kind of like a step-by-step exercise file guide, to where you can go in to a lot of the different files as we're going through a lot of the videos, and you get the step-by-step version within the coursework. So right here, I'm in the parcel-1A drawing, which is located in the exercise files that come pre-installed on your copy of Civil 3D. And I'm just going to pull up some notes. And first off, we're going to be creating parcels from AutoCAD objects. We're going to convert AutoCAD entities to land parcels. If you've ever dealt with parcels, that is a Civil 3D object. What's great about parcels is once you generate them, it can automatically generate land data such as square footage or acreages, just on the fly. You don't have to compute all this stuff yourself. The Civil 3D program will do all of that stuff for you, which you'll see very soon. Okay, first off, we'll go into the Home tab, then into the Create Design panel, then go into Parcel. We'll go into Create Parcel from Objects. Okay, right now the command line is asking us to select lines, arcs, or polylines to convert into parcels, which is very nice. Let's see here. Let me minimize this. We'll open this up here. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll select these blue polylines. Oh, wait a second. Here we go. Let's try this again. Parcel. Create parcel from objects. There we go. Let's select this, 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 and this. Okay. After that, Press enter. Then we get our Create Parcels dialog box where this gives us some options. Okay, we're in Site 1. Parcel style, we're going to change this. You can assign it different styles. We're going to stick with single family. Area labels, we're going to select parcel number and area. We're going to automatically add the segment labels, so make sure that's checked. And we're going to erase existing entities. Then we're going to click OK, see what happens. Oh, look at that. All this stuff is automatically labeled. It's very, very nice. And you can click and drag this with these grips how you see fit. You can even click on this and, oops, you can click on the square and click and drag that out. And this stays attached to the line. If I don't like that, I can, wait a minute. I'm going to click this to reset. See what I did there? Click on this. We have this little circle icon. When I hover over that, it says click to reset the label location. I'll click that and that brings it right back to where it was originally. I don't know if you can see the parcel or the lot numbers. They're in blue. Usually whenever stuff's in blue within the coursework, I know that it can be kind of difficult to see. What if I click on this, right click, edit area selection style. We'll go into the style, click on this edit button, general. Okay, C prop text area. You see that right there? Okay. So within the general tab, within the label, we have our layer listed. Right here it says it's a C prop text area. If I click these three dots, this button, you'll see that this is currently on a blue layer. What if I were to change this? Can I change this? Oh, it doesn't look like I can change it within the okay, let's look up this layer, C prop dash text area. I'm going to cancel out of this. Cancel out of that. Cancel. Bring up my layers. And I'm going to open this up a little bit. I've got all my colors. If I want to see all of my blue colors, if I click the color and I just scroll down, what I did was I clicked the color header for the column. Go down until I get to, what was it? C prop text area, I think that's what it was. If I select this and select, let's go with green. There we go. Now we can see everything. Alrighty. Now we're going to change the parcel numbering. Right now, everything here goes from, it's kind of strange, 1, then 2, then 4, then 3, then 5. It's all over the place, right? All over the map. Let's change it. We're going to select, okay, pick a parcel number to select it. We're going to rename this from parcel 2 to 101, okay? Okay. We'll click this first parcel. We'll renumber and rename. Select that. Starting number. We get our renumber and rename parcels dialog box. The starting number is going to be 101. Increment value is going to be 1. Then click OK. Now our command line is saying specify start point or polyline. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that goes through all of these lots or parcels. So I'm going to start here at 2. See how I can click and go all the way to the end, like so. I'm not even going to click on the label. I'm going to click somewhere inside of my last parcel, right here. Pick the endpoint, press enter to accept that. Press enter one more time, and there we go. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. It's nice. Okay, 105. If I select this, within the name it says single family, which is our style. 105. What if I were to change the style of this from single family to try open space? We're converting this to open space. See what happened here? For the name, it switched to open space, but we're still on 105. So that's kind of the power of being able to use a style to be able to swap things out and to also rename your parcel. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now you might be wondering, how is it that the name automatically changed within this portion right here? If I switch it back to single family, the name switches back. So how is it doing that? If I go into my style, then go into create edit, then edit my style, you'll see that within the design tab, we have a parcel name template. And within the parcel name template, you can see that it's using the parcel style name in the beginning, and then it's using the parcel number at the end. So it's kind of like a, if I click this button, and if I'm going to cut this stuff out. Cut. I'm going to add it back in later on, but I'm just going to cut it just for simplicity. Click OK, then apply, then OK. OK one more time. And you see how that changed within the name. So if I want to add that back, create edit, click this edit button. I'm going to right click. Oh, I guess I can't select paste. If I go into this button for the name template, then put in the parcel style name. Make sure that the cursor is before parcel number, then put insert. And I'm going to put a space, then a colon, then a space. Click OK, apply, OK, OK one more time. Now remember, the name was at 105. When I click OK, that's going to change to single family. So that's what's involved there when you're dealing with styles. Styles can help you to rename your parcel within the name template. So that's what's controlling that. Okay, next. Let's move on to something else. Subdividing a parcel with a freeform segment. Let's get into that. And again, if you're not already a member within this channel, a lot of what I'm dealing with right now is just what I go through when it comes to just trying to condense my videos for my members only content. You're seeing a lot of the issues that I might run into with Civil 3D, because whenever you're dealing with Civil 3D, not everything's perfect. So for the live feeds, we're just getting into just the dirty functions of Civil 3D. If you would like to have a shortcut through all of that stuff, if you don't want to mess around with some of the wonky issues that Civil 3D might provide, I recommend the members only content. So moving on, let's continue. Let's go into a different file here. Bear with me. Parcel 1B. Let's open this up. And again, a lot of the exercise files that I'm dealing with just come from the pre-installed exercise files that come with your copy of Civil 3D. If you're ever wondering where I'm pulling this stuff from. All right, parcel-1B. That's the drawing that we're in right now. Okay, parcel creation tools. We get our little layout tools tab that pops up here. All right, we need to click on, excuse me. Hey Sam, thanks brother. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I can actually see who's in my chat while I'm working on this stuff. I appreciate your help, man. Am I still sounding okay? Parcel layout tools. Freeform create. Freeform create. There we go. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, now I'm working on something that I might know a little something about. I know in the last one with the design criteria, some of the stuff, it can kind of stump me. You know, Civil 3D can stump me, but it's one of those things to where it's just, you kind of know where the hiccups might be, and you try to cut that down when you're creating like some condensed content, because people don't necessarily want to see all of the things that you might have run into when it comes to coming up with the course content. But I appreciate you sticking around there, Sam. And the drawing. We're going to accept the defaults right here. As Sam says, this is a high-level skill. Probably only 10 to 50% of society can do it. Yeah, it's definitely something that it takes a little while to learn. And you know what? The vast majority of the people that are dealing with this software, they're still learning new stuff. You know. Click OK. Then I'm going to go from here to this endpoint here, and press enter to accept that. Yeah, civil engineering, you know, there are folks that there are even civil engineers that are out there that they have trouble learning how to use Civil 3D. It's just one of those programs to where, you know, if you're not dealing with it regularly, it can be one of those things to where it can be a real frustration. Sam says, I'll be popping in and out. Just want to show your reciprocal support. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, we'll exit out of this. And so we've got our first parcel. We have this stuff that just automatically pops up. We have this little label that pops up that shows us the square footage and the acreages. And again, if you want to change the style, if this isn't a single family lot, you can change this. Within the style, you can change this to open space. and it automatically names it open space. So that's one of the beauties of using parcels is using those styles to your advantage. We have our road that's already listed in here. Single family, and that's the single family encompasses this area right here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, the open space, and select delete. Oops. Let's go into sites. That's where our parcels are located. Select this, select, right click. Parcel layout tools. What if I want to delete this? Oh, I know why. It's because it's not within the site. Subdivision A, select. Okay, here's my site. Parcels. I remember how to delete a parcel? What about just delete that? Delete that. No, don't want to do that. You can adjust the geometry. That's okay, but that isn't very ideal. Undo that. Parcel creation tools. Ah, there we go. Exit. Okay, we'll change this back to single family. Okay, let's try this again. Select this. Parcel layout tools. Freeform. Okay. See how we get our line here, into here, press enter, exit. Okay. Bring this back to open space. If I want to delete this and bring this back to the way it was originally, excuse me. I want to go into my parcel creation tools, and this red X, delete sub entity. I'm going to delete this line. Exit, Select this. Bring it back to single family. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's try this. Parcel creation tools. Freeform. Okay. Select this. I can go perpendicular like so. Well, maybe not. Come on, Civil 3D, come on. Okay. Freeform. Okay. Trying to get it to where it's straight up and down, or actually perpendicular to this lot line, but I want to use the endpoint of one of these curves. That's what I'm trying to do. Parcel creation tools, freeform create. And you know what? A lot of people, one of the questions that I get asked the most in engineering offices is, dude, do you know how to use like parcels? I mean, they're asking not because they see maybe my lack of knowledge with it, but they ask, they're just curious, you know, because they don't ever use it, you know. And with Civil 3D, some of the stuff is just, you know, if it's difficult for people to learn, they're just not going to use it, right? So parcels is still can sometimes be a little bit of a touchy subject for most folks. So if you don't really know it quite yet, don't feel alone, because a lot of people are they struggle with it. So just to let you know. See, I mean, there's a way of being able to do it this way, but I'm trying to go through this. I can move this over to here. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to undo this. I'm going to go into parcel creation tools once again, go into the freeform create. We'll accept the defaults. And I'm just going to go straight up and down like this. Lot line direction, I'm going to go perpendicular like that. Exit. I'm going to click this. I'm going to go and click and see, I can only go back and forth like this, but I'm still perpendicular to this rear lot line or side lot line, depending on who you're talking to. I want to be able to snap at the end point of this arc. If I type in END, end point of this arc right here. There we go. Now it's doing what I want it to do. Next, we'll do the same thing. We're going to create a lot line right here. Parcel creation tools, freeform create. Okay. I'm going to go perpendicular. See where my cursor's at? It's close to that rear lot line that I want to be perpendicular to. I don't want it to be over here. If I'm over here, then I'm perpendicular to the cul-de-sac. But if I'm over here, I click this, I go to the center of this, but it goes to the radial. I don't want it to go to the radial. No. Undo. Okay, let's try this again. Parcel creation tools. This, oops, cancel. I hit the wrong button. Parcel creation tools. There we go. Just in case you didn't catch that, see these little two downward facing arrows, or the chevrons or whatever? Gives you some extra options if you're not aware of that. Freeform create. Okay. There we go. Okay, here's what I did. I go into parcels, parcel creation tools, click on freeform create, click OK. Then I'm going to go way out here, click the attachment point, then I'm going to just press enter to accept that right now in the command line it says specify lot line direction, enter for perpendicular. I'm just going to press enter for perpendicular. And press enter to escape the command. Now you see that we're perpendicular to this rear lot line. If I click anywhere, it stays perpendicular to that lot line. So if I want to make this a radial within the cul-de-sac, I just type in CEN for the center point, and there you go. See that? I had to work through a lot of different things in order to get things to work out properly for me, but that's the deal with the live feeds. It's going to be dirty, but if you'd like to be able to find the shortcut like I just found, then feel free to become a member. And with the coursework, we'll focus right in on what you would like to learn. We'll focus right in on a lot of the shortcuts, clear away all the trial and error that I had to go through in order to figure that out. Okay, so that's how you do that. Let's go into another. Subdividing a parcel with a slide line. Okay. Let's open up parcel 1C. We'll close out of this. We're just going to do one more, folks. One more. Exercise files, civil tutorials, drawings. Parcel 1C. There we go. Read only. A lot of the AutoCAD stuff, or the Civil 3D tutorial files, they'll be in read only, which is kind of nice, just because you don't want to be replacing the the Civil tutorials. So what you could do is you could just do a save as and just put this on your desktop. A lot of times whenever I'm slow at work, I'll just go through a lot of these tutorials and just sort of work out a lot of the coursework that way, because it's always good to kind of sharpen your skills. Let's minimize that. 1C. We'll close out of 1B. Click no. Home tab. Let's go to the Home tab. Create design panel. Go into Parcel. Parcel creation tools once again. Okay. We'll click these chevrons or these arrows, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to specify some parcel sizing. We'll come in here, minimum area, 7,000. Press enter for that. Type in 40. Minimum frontage, yes. Frontage offset, we're going to go with 20. And as I'm editing all this stuff, you can see this little visual representation of what I'm going to be doing. So the frontage offset, you can see that it's going to be 20 feet from that front lot line. Minimum width, type in 40. Minimum depth, 50. Use maximum depth, yes. Maximum depth is going to be 200. That's the maximum depth for our lots. I need a break. I've been standing this whole time. There we go. That's better. How do I look? Okay. Let's get through this. Minimum area. Oh, maximum depth 200. Multiple solution preference. We're going to use the smallest area. Automatic mode off. Place remainder in the last parcel. Okay, when automatic mode is set to off, the remainder distribution setting does not affect parcel layout. This setting will be used in later exercises. All right. Okay, create individual parcels using a slide line. Create. Okay, we're still in the same site. We're still using the same parcel style. Okay, we're going to leave everything. Oops. Area label style. Okay, we should be good here. Okay. Now, we're going to click the label for Single Family 101. Okay. Next, it's asking us to select start point on the frontage. So it's essentially, I'm going to go from here, and you can see as I drag my cursor, I get that yellow line. I'm going to go from here all the way over to the end point of this. So you can see that this is going to be my frontage. Now it's saying to specify an angle. Frontage angle, we're going to type in 90 degrees. Press enter. And no, of course, no solution found. Angle 90. Why is it not doing that for me? Okay, for whatever reason that's not working for me. Let's find out why. Let's try this again. Slide line create here. Ah, there we go. I don't know, for whatever reason, that's another thing with Civil 3D. For whatever reason, it wasn't giving me this option that I was looking for. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to escape out of this, exit, parcel. I'm going to show you the way that didn't work for me again. Slide line create. Click OK. I select single family 101 and I select the parcel, and I selected this as the beginning of my frontage. And I went all along here to the end and I specify an angle, 90. Doesn't work for me. However, if I select this again and I just pick a random area from here to here, specify angle, type in 90. There it is. Now it's working. Okay, we're going to press enter to accept the result. We can accept the result once again. Oops. Okay. So what is the frontage? I'll go from here 40 feet. What is going on here? Well, 40 is the minimum frontage. So it's taking the minimum into account. So there is no maximum frontage. Minimum frontage is 40. Let's try this again. Delete this, delete this. So it is meeting the requirements. The minimum frontage is 40, and everything here is pretty much over 50. Let's delete some of this stuff out. I'm gonna just press undo to get rid of what I just did. Parcel creation tools. Everything is looking good here. Slide line. Select this once again. Frontage here to here. Specify angle 90. Accept the result. Yes. For the minimum area on the fly, if I change this to 8,000, because before it was originally at 7,000, you see how I just kind of bumped it up a little bit? Accept the result. Well, but it worked. So you see how that came about originally. Originally, we had set the minimum area to be 7,000 square feet. Then on the fly, I was able to put in a minimum area of 8,000 square feet for the next parcel. So that's kind of nice. Being able to do that on the fly. And that's essentially it for this part. Okay, lastly, we're going to try and create multiple parcels simultaneously. Oh, this is where we get into the big boy. This is the deep end of the pool, folks. Okay. Create multiple parcels simultaneously. We're going to go into parcel creation tools, slide line create. Click OK. Automatic mode, we're going to turn this to on. Place remainder in the last parcel. That's the remainder distribution, whatever's left. We're going to click this label. Now it's asking us for the frontage. We'll go from here to here. Specify frontage angle. I'm going to go with 90 degrees once again. And that is not, if I hit no, I don't like that result. Let's try this again. Slide line, parcel, select this, and have it go all the way to here. 90. There we go. I don't know, sometimes Civil 3D can be funny. Maybe it was too small of an too small of a frontage that I was selecting up in this region. That's essentially it. Accept the result? Yes. And the parcels are created. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. My eyeballs are pretty well fried. I'm pretty well shot as far as Civil 3D goes. But this is the upcoming content for the members only portion, the coursework that's going to be a little bit more concise than the live feeds. But if you're interested in kind of learning how I'm weeding through and trying to figure out some of these items, how I'm trying to figure things out with some of this stuff, live feeds are probably a good option for you. So I'm going to leave this free for the rest, for all of you folks, and hopefully you have a great weekend. Hopefully you're practicing your skills just like I'm doing right now. And until next time, take care, folks. God bless. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. We are going to be diving into the wild, wild world of parcels once again. We're going to spend some time on parcels. You're going to see the process involved with diving into parcels, and we're just going to look to spend maybe about an hour or so on a few tutorials, just working some content out with some of these tutorials, so you guys will get to see the process behind it. Currently, I've got a few parcel exercise files opened up, and again, a lot of these exercise files, you can find them within your installed copy of Civil 3D. If you're interested in getting into more of the condensed shortcuts that dive into Civil 3D, I recommend you become a member. Not just a subscriber, but also a member, because members get full access to all of my members only content that actually gets into a lot of the edited videos with regards to Civil 3D. So you're not having to wait around watching me fumble around with some of this content. You're actually getting to the nitty-gritty when it comes to finding out all about this program. And within the membership files, there's also some exercise files that also go through the process that I went through in order to solve different problems that I'm going to be dealing with during the live stream. So just wanted to show you guys the differences between the membership content and the live content. But if you guys are willing to stick around for a while, feel free to watch me as I go through this content. So right now I'm in the parcel-1D drawing, and I'm going to pull up my notes here. I'm going to pull up my notes, and tonight we're going to be dealing with subdividing a parcel with a swing line. There's different options that are available to you whenever you're using the parcels command. And the parcels command, if you go up to your create design panel, we have the parcel drop down. If you click on that, then you can get into a lot of different options. And we're going to be dealing with, for right now, the parcel creation tools. Okay, if you remember from the last stream, we went over like a lot of different options that you have when you expand this little chevron, these two little down arrows, whatever you want to call them. If you click this, then you get some extra options when it comes to parcel sizing. And we have some stuff here with regards to the automatic layout. And as you're creating parcels, you get some extra options when it comes to being able to decide minimum area, minimum frontage. So when you're within the command, you don't have to just accept whatever the minimum area is. You can change it on the fly, and that's one of the beauties of parcel layout tools. So in this exercise, we're going to be getting into subdividing a parcel with a swing line. Let me see. We're going to be specifying certain parameters, and we're going to be getting into the automatic layout. Okay, minimum area. We've got 8,000 square feet, which is good. Minimum frontage, 40 feet. That's good. We'll stick with the minimum frontage for the offset. That's good. We'll stick with 20 for this, 40 for this. 50. Use maximum depth. Yes, we're going to do that. Maximum depth is going to be 200. A lot of this stuff is what we used with the previous exercises as well. So this is nothing new right here, but a lot of these are just the different options that you have. Use the smallest area. That's good. Automatic mode. We're going to change this. You can see a little graphic that pops up for this. We're going to change this to off. And then we're going to place the remainder in the last parcel. So all that stuff's good. So if you're following along, this is what we're going to be dealing with here. Hopefully you guys can see the whole screen. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Bring those notes back up. Okay, now we're going to be creating a parcel using a swing line. So the way that you go about doing that is you go up to your toolbar and then choose this option. Swing line create. We get our create parcels dialog box here. Then we're going to check out these. We're going to leave all the settings at their defaults. Parcel style is set to single family, which is good, which is what we want. Okay. We're going to say okay to this. Then we're going to get into, in the drawing, we're going to select the area label largest parcel right here, which is this one right in the corner. Okay, now within our command line, it says select start point on frontage. Now, if you remember the last time we were dealing with this sort of situation, when I was picking certain edges of my frontage, I was getting different results. So we'll see tonight whether or not I'm going to be dealing with the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start, don't want that. Let's start this all over again. See, here we go. We got hiccups right here, folks. That's what happens. Parcel creation tools. Swing line create. Click OK. Select the label. And I'm going to type in nearest, NEA. I'm old school, guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm going to go from here to here. We'll see what kind of result I get when I just pick this area. All right, next, specify swing point. Swing point. I'm going to select the northeast corner right here. Okay, that looks a little strange. Look where it's pulling it from. You see it's saying accept the result. I'm not sure about this because you see where I started my frontage? I started right here and it's pointing me to that point, but it's also giving me, I believe it's giving me a minimum frontage right here, probably a 40. So it is, I'm not sure if it's necessarily giving me the result that I want. What if instead, excuse me, I go into parcel creation tools, I go through the whole process all over again, swing line, create, click OK, select this, and what if I went from here all the way to here? Now it's asking me to specify a swing point. If I click the northeast corner, it's still giving me that result. Well, what if I tried this? I'm going to turn off my snap. I'm going to select right here. Nope, that does nothing. That does nothing when I click in the front. What if I click over here? No, don't want that. What about over here? Still nothing. No. It's not giving me the desired result. Got to solve some problems here. Click the northeast corner of the parcel to specify the swing point. Well, that's what I'm selecting. Isn't that the northeast corner? Right there? Well, let's see what happens when I accept the result. I'll go with yes. No. What if I exit out of this? No, this is goofy. This isn't the result that I want. I'm going to press undo. Undo. Okay, let's try this again. Parcel creation tools. Funny thing is that I've done this stuff before, but it's been a while. It's been, I think, probably over a year since I've done this swing line tutorial for parcels. That's why when you're not doing things all the time on a regular basis, it's always good to kind of refresh yourself with different commands of Civil 3D. And it's one of those things to where it's just like you need to be refreshed on certain items. You need to jog your memory. Let's try this again. Select the starting point on the frontage. Let's go from here to here. Specify the swing point. Still strange. No. No. Ah, look at that. You see that? I'm going to hit no. Let's try this again. You see where this green cursor is? Depending upon where you click over here is going to be the swing line, okay? That's where the swing line is going to be. If I click over here, what's the result? No, I don't like that result. What about here? No, I don't like that. What about here? Nope, don't like that. What about here? Nope. What about here? I kind of like that result. That's a good result. If I select yes, then exit, can exit out of the command. And then after that, what if I wanted to just click and drag this to here? What will this do? Nope, I don't like that result. However, I do like this result a lot more. Decisions. Bring to front. Okay, I'm going to do a regen all. What should we do here? But do you see the different results that I get whenever I click different points on the northeast corner of my property? I get different results depending upon which area I click on the line. Let's try it again. I'm going to undo all this. Let's go into parcel again, parcel creation tools. Oops, wrong one. Swing line, create. Let's try this again. What if I went from here to here? Okay, specify swing point. What if I select here? No solution found. Oops. Let's try this again. There we go. Also, I'm noticing that depending upon where my cursor is on this side of the line, I could pick this side, or it starts to get a little weird if I move my cursor over here. If I come down, there we go. I don't want to go that far. I'm going to go to here. You see, depending upon where I put my cursor, over here I get even more frontage. But what if I don't want that? I just want it to be to about right here. Specify swing point. What about here? No, I don't like that. Here? Nope. Here? No. What about right here? No. Nope. I like this result. If I select point, what will that do? It looks like that'll move on to the next. See how it's subdivided the parcel? It moves on to the next parcel in order to be able to subdivide that. So I could select maybe, I don't know, maybe right here? Yeah. No, I don't like that. What about here? Nope. Nope. I'm just going to escape out of the command. Exit. A lot of different results, as you can see. What happens if I do this? Undo that. What if I want to put in a line from the center of my cul-de-sac all the way over to this corner? This is just a construction line. If I select this, I come over. Well, we'll get into editing the swing line. We'll see what we can do with that. Okay. But I would like to have the line go from here, kind of as a radial for my cul-de-sac, to about right here. I don't know if you guys know this, but technically when you're creating lots, if I strike a line from here to the center of the cul-de-sac, this line would now be considered a radial, because it's if you extend this to the center of this cul-de-sac, that's more or less the radius or the radial of this line. If I go from if I strike a line from the center of the cul-de-sac and go to maybe right here, this line is still considered a radial because it extends to the center of my cul-de-sac. So this is just extra knowledge for you. Hopefully that helps you. But yeah, whenever lots are being laid out, you want to try to avoid this kind of situation where, you know, maybe, my CAD's hanging up here, bear with me. If I delete this line, and if I go from the radial of the cul-de-sac and I go to about like right here, surveyors really get annoyed with this. If I go to about right here and I've got this just a little smidge of distance, here I'll show you the distance. I mean, it's about 2 feet, but still, I mean, if a surveyor is out there and they're putting in pins to lay out your property, to lay out the lots within a subdivision, and they're having to put, you know, a stake or a pin or something like that right next to each other, you know, the contractor or whoever is on the site can get confused. I mean, that happens quite a bit actually, to where, you know, people are putting in stakes, and then later on it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's not my property line. This is my property line over here. Well, it's already put in. You know, I mean, it's something that's it's a goof. So you want to try to avoid that. You want to try to avoid just small distances and, you know, in between lots. And sometimes that can happen just when people are trying to maintain a certain minimum square footage for a lot, and, you know, it might slip your mind that, well, you know, throughout the process of trying to maintain a certain square footage, I ended up, you know, getting into this type of situation. And that's what's great about having another pair of eyes just to kind of look at your lot layout. Somebody can see that, oh yeah, you know, you missed, you know, this portion right here, to where, yeah, we don't want this kind of situation. We want to be able to kind of clean up our lot lines. So this is just, hopefully this helps. Okay, what else? To tell you the truth, I'm not getting the situation that I really want with my swing line. But I'm going to press on. We're going to move forward here. Let's see what kind of result I'm getting. 1171. I mean, it's maintaining. This situation is still maintaining my 8,000 square feet, which is what I want. Parcel properties. Yeah, don't want to do that just yet. Don't want to do that. Parcel layout tools, that's what I want. Oops, didn't want to do that. That was an accident. Yeah, I mean, we're still maintaining that minimum area, which is 8,000. Minimum frontage, we're maintaining that. Okay, let's try something here. I'm going to escape out of this. What if, oops, parcel creation tools. I go into swing line edit. Click OK here. Select the attached lot line to adjust. Let's try this one. Select the parcel to adjust. We'll adjust this one. Starting point for the frontage. Go from here. Oops. There we go. The distance selected is less than the minimum frontage of 40 feet. Okay. Can I go from here to here? What happens when I select this? Nope, no solution. Starting point of the frontage. Go from here to here. Specify the swing line. What if I went to here? Well, it gives me a result. I don't know if it's the result that I want. No. What about to here? That ain't bad. That's closer. Accept the result? Let's go with yes. Uh-oh. There we go. Good old CAD. There we go. That's what's wonderful about Civil 3D sometimes, folks, is that especially when you're under the gun and you're trying to knock something out, you know, within okay, we need this thing done within the next 10 minutes. Things like this tend to happen. So, okay, we'll go ahead and click OK. Say yes. Then we get our error report. I never send in the error reports. I don't worry about that. Yes, close. Let's try this again. Come on, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, let's go. Let's make this happen. There ain't nothing better too than when you're making kind of like really clean tutorial videos and you have everything done, everything's all set, and you feel like you've got just a flawless tutorial, and then things like this happen. Very, very annoying. Okay, let's go into my backup files. Let's see what I got. I've got 3 different backups, more or less. I've got the drawing, which shows me that this is last saved at roughly at around 10:30. I don't know if I want that. Back in 2020. Don't want to deal with that. What about this one? July 10th at 8:10. Well, what time is it right now? 8:17. Okay. What about this recovery file? Oh, this looks like a little bit more recent. Let's go with the recover. We'll go ahead and recover this. I think it goes through an audit. The drawing file was recovered. We've got 2 errors. 2 errors were fixed. select close, and my swing line's gone. How about that? That's the other thing about Civil 3D is that with some of these Civil 3D objects, you can run into issues. Even though you'd like to be able to use all of the objects within Civil 3D, sometimes the program just can't handle it. Like I said before, originally with the interface, Civil 3D is built upon AutoCAD tools. So you've got your AutoCAD tools, and then you have your Civil 3D tools that are built on top of that. And I think that sometimes there might be a little bit of conflicts sometimes when you're trying to get a result, especially when you have just this huge file that you're dealing with, especially with surfaces. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there, whenever you're dealing with surfaces, you know, you're trying to grade something, you know, the best that you can, and then, you know, for whatever reason, certain tools aren't working for you, and then Civil 3D will blow you out of the program. So it can be annoying. I know, you know, it happens to me a lot. It happens to a lot of coworkers that I deal with. So so you're not alone in that. So look at this. Look at what's going on here. We've got our recovered file, and it's just, what is CAD thinking? What is Civil 3D thinking here? Well, what if we bring up another recovery file? What about this one? This looks a little bit better. I think I like this one better. I'm going to close out this one. Let's select no. And what I'm going to do is, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to type in audit, just to audit the file. Fix any errors that are detected. Y for yes. And then it looks like total errors in my command line. Total errors found, 0, fixed, 0. Erase 0 objects. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this file. So I'm just going to go up to my big C, and I'm going to say save as, and I'm going to replace 1D. Hit save, replace it, yes. There's another way of being able to recover files too. You can go into C and then drawing utilities. Then we've got, you see the audit, that's what I just ran on this drawing. We open the drawing recovery manager. There's recover, repair damage drawing file. So a lot of different options here. But let's continue with our parcels. Hopefully it doesn't crash again on us. Okay, let's try this. Go to parcel creation tools. Everything looks good to me right here. We'll go into swing line edit. Click OK. I'm going to select this parcel once again. Oops, I'm sorry. It's asking me to select an attached lot line to adjust. I want to adjust this one. Select a parcel to adjust. Let's adjust this parcel. Starting point for the frontage. I wonder if that's what's goofing it up. Because I'm selecting this parcel, maybe Civil 3D is getting confused. So go from here, roughly about to there. Specify swing point. Can I select this corner? See, it's giving me 3 different results here. Accept the result. Yes. I bet you it's going to crash on me. We'll see. Oh, it's giving me a goofy result. What is going on here? I think it's because I'm confusing it with this corner. I'm going to undo this. Let's try this again. Parcel creation tools. Swing line edit. Let's go over here again. Select the line. Select the parcel to adjust. Starting point for the frontage. I'm going to go backwards. And then specify swing line point. Let's go maybe over here. Accept the result. Let's give it a shot. Oh, there you go. Did something. So, I mean, the parcel tools, they can be handy, but it's not a perfect science. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are out there that are way better at this than I am, but quite honestly, most of the time I tend to use just plain old, AutoCAD tools in order to lay out my lots and whatnot. Because sometimes when you're in a time crunch and you're trying to get the right result that you want, sometimes it's just best just to kind of do it manually. By manually, I mean, okay, I'm going to draw. I want a radial to go from this corner to the center of this cul-de-sac, and that's my lot line. Boom, I'm done. However, I can miss out on some of the automatic labeling and things like that. So, well, what if I like this and I want to select this? I want to edit the geometry. Can I edit this? Can I go from here to here? No, it won't allow me to. I want to be able to edit this. Edit geometry won't let me do that. Huh. I bet the super experts, the hobbyists of Civil 3D, I bet you they're screaming at me right now. Come on, do it this way. It's right here. Sorry, I'm learning just right along with all of the other guys. So, yeah, it's one of those things to where it's just trying to figure things out. Sam, how you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Do it your way. Isn't that a Whopper commercial? Do it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. Okay. All right, we have this point, but it's not giving me the option to be able to line this up with the center line of this cul-de-sac. Oh well. Let's move on to the next tutorial. We'll try something else. Sam says yoga pants are manna from heaven. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, working with alignments and parcels. We're going to get into, what do we have here? We've got parcel 1E. Let's bring up parcel 1E. We'll say no to this, go into C, click open, drawing, 1E. Open. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got 5 different roads on this one. We're roughly at about a half hour right now. I think we're probably going to go for about an hour just to kind of knock out just a few tutorials just to problem solve. That's what we're doing right here, there, Sammy. We're problem solving. We're trying to figure out how does this Civil 3D work effectively. Sam says, have you done work? Have you done worked on a property survey for people when they buy a lot? I have with realtors, with commercial developers. A lot of times whenever people are looking to buy a lot, they're usually looking to see how they can subdivide a lot, which kind of goes down the vein of what the parcel tools are all about within Civil 3D. Within Civil 3D, you can lay out property that way with, when people are looking to buy a lot, for sure. However, again, if you want to knock something out quickly, I just use straight up AutoCAD, basic line tools in order to lay things out. And then afterwards, one of the nice things about parcels too is that, for example, if I go off to the side and I create a rectangle, if I have somebody, a realtor, that has a client that's looking to buy a piece of property, and we're just going to go with just a basic rectangle for right now just to make things easy. And then I put in, say, a polyline for my road. I go from, I don't know, maybe from here to here, and I offset for a 50-foot right-of-way. Oops. Yeah, I'm a little big with this piece of property. A little big, a little big. Let's adjust this. We'll come down a little bit just to make things just a little bit more realistic. I'll come from here to here, and then go from here to here. If I want to, I can start laying out my property. I'm going to go 50 feet wide. Yeah, that's way too big. I'm going to go 200. Just for my lot depth. 200 on the other side. Oops. Set 200 feet over here. And then I just go to town. I just go with 50 feet wide. Did I pick 500? I'll set 50. Did I just put in 5 for my right-of-way? From here to here? Yeah, I just put in 5. That's the problem. That's the problem. I go from, make my right-of-way, which is 50 feet. I'm going to move this down just a bit and offset 200 for my depth on both sides. I'm going to trim off my lot line. Then I go, I don't know, 50 feet, like so. So I have my piece of property. I know this is very awkward right now. This is just on the fly. I'm going to trim off all this other stuff. I'm going to even trim off the lot lines. Type in F. Oops. For fence. That trims all that stuff off. And what I'm going to do is, if I go into my parcel tools, parcel creation tools, oops, parcel, create parcel from objects. See what happens when I do this. Click OK, and there you go. I know that's kind of a long-winded explanation, but that's how you can automatically get your square footage, you know, by converting your regular AutoCAD lines or polylines into parcels, as opposed to, you know, I guess designing and laying out parcels, which is what we've been which is what I've been attempting to do. But sorry, Sam, it's a little bit long-winded. I apologize for that. That could be a good side hustle. Work with a realtor and give them a civil 3D drawing of the lot. Yep, been there, done that. I've done that in the past. Especially one of the things that a lot of designers deal with is whenever you're working for a company, let's just say you're working for a rather large civil engineering firm, you run into a lot of conflict of interest. I know that there's a lot of designers out there that look to have, you know, some side hustles, some, you know, they like to be able to deal with realtors, you know, within their area. However, I've had it in the past to where there's been, I've talked to companies that have said that, yeah, you got to be careful with that because there's conflict of interest. Because anytime that you're dealing with, you know, a realtor within the area, that could be a conflict of interest with the company that maybe that you're employed with. So that I've run into that in the past. You know, I've gotten the firm, no, you can't do any side work, or you can't do any sort of moonlighting. You know, if you're working full time for a main company and they're taking care of your insurance and things like that. However, there are times to where people don't bother with that and they're willing to take the chance. So I don't know. Sometimes it can be a small world, you know, when it comes to, you know, the world of civil engineering and design. That's one of the reasons why I do training, is because it's not a conflict of interest with, my main job. So, uh, Sam says, I could understand that conflict of interest point. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to work all the time, get involved with dealing with realtors and different developers. And I mean, if you're really quick at being able to knock out concept plans, it can be a great side business, but you run the risk of that conflict of interest, because if your employer finds out, they might not be too thrilled with it. I've had other coworkers that they've been able to work out some kind of a deal with the employer, to where, yeah, maybe you can deal with this realtor. Maybe you already had an existing relationship with this realtor or this developer, and they won't be dealing with anything with regards to our company. Maybe you're dealing with somebody out of state. What if you're dealing with a civil engineer that's maybe like a small business that only deals with a particular state? Maybe you can do a side hustle to where you can, maybe do concept plans or clean up surveys or something like that for maybe, a company out in California somewhere. Maybe you might be able to swing that. But, it might be a good idea, if you care about your job, if you care about your main job, just to find out from them, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Are you okay with me moonlighting? But to be honest with you, a lot of times, they're not too thrilled with it. So, because they pay your insurance, right? Right, Sam? They pay your insurance. They give you PTO. They give you a lot of other benefits. Sam says, like construction site work, many times not worth it. Yeah, I mean, you also want to have a life too. I mean, a lot of us, we tend to work, 8 to 10 hours every day. And, sometimes, you make enough money to where it's like, it doesn't justify having a side business, because a lot of us think that, well, I'm efficient at being able to knock out, I'm using concept planning again. A lot of us are efficient with knocking out concept plans very, very quickly. But when the realtor gets accustomed to you knocking things out quickly, and maybe you run into a situation with your main job to where you're not able to knock things out as quickly because you're so drained from your main job, then the realtor, it could sour the relationship with the realtor, because it's like, well, you've been able to knock out things quickly for me before. There's an expectation that gets developed when you become extremely efficient. I don't know, maybe you can work that out. A lot of times too, you're dealing with realtors who maybe have the expectation that they can get a concept plan turned around from you within a day, but then you're also dealing with changes from the client. What if the client, for the realtor, maybe the buyer, they're constantly making changes to your layout? Well, what if we move this lot line this way? Or what if we move the lot line maybe just maybe 50 feet over here? Maybe we can squeeze out an extra lot. Well, if you're working all day long, and maybe you get that notification, on your email, are you willing to risk, your employer seeing you working on your side hustle or your side business? Or even if you are able to get to it right after work, you're tired. Maybe some of us have families, and some of us have kids, or like I said, maybe you have a life, outside of working 8 to 10 hours on your main job, which is why, again, that's the reason why I got involved with training, developing courses, using my knowledge as I see fit at certain times. You'll notice that my live streaming schedule or my tutorial schedule isn't always consistent. Well, I have a life outside of this, so I try to keep some kind of balance. It's always good to have a little bit of balance within life, and I don't know. It just seems like there are times to where if you do your best at your main gig, later on it seems like there's doors that open up to where you don't have to just struggle all the time. But that's a good point there, Sam. I appreciate you bringing that part into it, because a lot of us within the construction industry, we'd like to be able to make extra money. We'd like to be able to, make, do well with the side hustle, especially when the side hustle is yours. When you have a business that's yours, you feel good about that. You feel it gives you a good sense of self-esteem to know that you're the best at what you do. You're not just a clock puncher. You're a person that goes for excellence to try and achieve more and more income. So let me see here. Well, I mean, this kind of gets into, we actually kind of got into a separate aspect of parcels. I really like being able to turn again, regular lot lines. I like being able to turn regular lot lines into parcels. Marcos, hey, what's going on? How you doing, sir? Glad you popped by. Good to see you. Have you dealt with parcels that much? Have you run into the issues that can come about when you're trying to edit parcels? I know a lot of people have issues with it, and I always get the question asked too, like especially during interviews. They'll always ask me, do you know anything about parcels? Do you know how to use the parcels command? Sure, I know the basics of it, but a lot of times if you're in a pinch, at least for me, I have issues with it. Another aspect of parcels that can be helpful too is that you can use parcel lines. Once you've developed these, you can these are more or less like feature lines. So you can go about grading these parcel lines in the future. So that's one of the nice things about using this feature. If you remember from previous live streams, if you select one of the labels and select the style, I can change this to open space and it changes the style, like so. If I select another one, I can select another style. Single family, something different. What about this one? I can select another style. Property. It's more or less the same as before. I'm going to click on or type in undo. I'm going to select a different label style. This will be number only. What about this one? Hopefully you guys can see the blue. I know that sometimes people run into issues with being able to see the line work while it's blue. How about we change the color? Let's change the color of this. The property line. Right click on this. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, this is in the style. Let's change all of these to single family just so we can see everything. No, you have to select the label itself. Single family. Now we can see it. Single family. I know that that side work has been brought up within this live stream as far as like, well, what if you're dealing with civil engineering and you want to and you know a lot about architectural drafting or architectural design. There are some civil engineers that don't do any architecture work at all. Maybe you can do some side work where it's just architectural related. That could be an option. However, I have been told in the past where when it comes to liability is an issue with a lot of large firms. They don't want to be liable for, if you make a mistake with your side hustle, they don't want to be held liable. So I've heard that brought up. That's been brought up to me before in the past. I'm going to match. You see how I did this? I'm going to undo this. I'm going to match the properties, type in MA. I'm going to match the properties of the single family style with the open space. That changes the open space to single family. And if I want to click and drag this stuff out, I get a nice little leader, which is helpful. Now we're kind of getting away from some of this instructional content, but I think that this stuff probably helps people. And if you don't like the way that looks, you can always select this, right click, reset label. Or you can do it this way. You can hover over this. No, it doesn't give me that option. I'll just reset the label. Here, I've got a parcel segment. What if I click and drag this over here? Is that possible? Yeah, that's possible. But it's not, doesn't look like it's possible if it's like a swing line. Remember when we were dealing with the swing line, property line? That's one thing that I couldn't really edit very well. So that's why I was saying, like before, it makes things a little bit easier when you're laying things out to just use just straight up, you know, polylines or lines just to kind of, just to be able to lay things out quickly and not have to mess with, you know, is this solution the one that I want or is that solution? It can be helpful if you're trying to achieve a particular square footage. If you're looking to try and maintain a certain square footage for your property, that's when I think that, you know, using that swing line option could be helpful, you know, because you're kind of wondering, okay, how do I achieve a 40-foot frontage with, you know, a minimum square footage of you know, 8,000 square feet. So I think that might be the reason for using the parcels as a design tool. But overall, most of the time, realtors or developers, they don't care about that at that point. They're just looking to get as many lots as they possibly can at one time. And in order to knock out a quick concept plan, this has been the best option for me. What about right here? Here's my right-of-way. I can change the style of that to local road. I don't like that blue. Can I change that blue from standard? Create, edit. I'm going to edit this style. I'm going to move this over here. Display. See right now, parcel segments. Right now it's on the 0 layer. If I click this and make this, I don't know, let's go with a orange. And okay. 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 There we go. Makes things a little bit easier to see, right? So yeah, I think that we're coming up on an hour of just messing around with parcels, trying to get the most out of the program as we can. Hopefully a lot of the items that were brought up within the chat, hopefully that helps you within your career. But what I would really suggest that you do as a designer, if you're just out of college, maybe you're an engineer in training, and maybe some of your education in college wasn't within Civil 3D, and you're having to learn it now within your job. What I would recommend is that just focus on just learning AutoCAD. Learn AutoCAD the best that you can. Get really quick with AutoCAD. You know, the line tool, the circle tool, arc tool, you know, poly edit, all that good stuff. Really get good at the basic fundamentals of AutoCAD, and then later on you can kind of dive in a little bit more into some of the Civil 3D tools, because as you get further and further into your career, you're going to be around other coworkers and colleagues that are going to be able to show you the different aspects of Civil 3D, such as creating a surface or creating alignments and things like that. But I know that when I first started out within civil engineering, a lot of what I did was just we didn't even have Civil 3D or Land Desktop when I started civil engineering. I started civil engineering just right out of high school. I didn't really go to a whole lot. I didn't take any engineering courses. I was just designing plot plans. And when I was designing plot plans, I wasn't dealing with any of the Civil 3D stuff. None of the Civil 3D stuff. So it was just a matter of just polylines, lines, labels, things like that. And once I got really, really fast with that, then I was able to add different aspects of, Land Desktop, which was kind of like an earlier version of Civil 3D. And then you add in the components of Civil 3D, such as, creating surfaces and getting volumes of your, comparison surfaces between your existing grade surface and your proposed grade surface. So it's just with civil engineering, it's just a lot of information that you're dealing with. I know that there's a lot of engineers in training that they're dealing with the pressures of, taking their engineering tests or exams. They're dealing with trying to get their seal. They're dealing with trying to learn the program of Civil 3D the best that they can. You're dealing with a lot of different components when it comes to civil engineering, and you like to be able to have a life outside of civil engineering, right? We all want to be able to achieve balance within our life. Well, what I would recommend is that if you're new to this, don't pressure yourself too much. Just focus on the fundamentals. AutoCAD, getting good at concept plans, getting good at plot plans, getting good at just maybe exhibits. Exhibits are kind of like a basic drawing that you can knock out. Get good at knocking out red lines quickly. If you're able to knock things out quickly, you're able to develop your speed to the point to where everything becomes unconscious. That's the level that you're looking to achieve, to where everything it's just automatic, right? So we're roughly coming in about an hour right now. We're gonna wind things down. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me just to go over just some of the. I know you guys have probably worked all day long, and now you're learning different aspects of Civil 3D. Hopefully this stuff helps you, and hopefully this gives you a little insight into what it's like being a designer like me. So you're dealing with, your CAD crashing and things like that, and it's just like, man, that's enough for today, folks. Until next time, take care, God bless, and hello there, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with a brand new live stream for Civil 3D. 2023 is what I'm in right now, but the same applies to 2024 as well. But we're going to be getting into parcels once again, particularly with, we're going to be diving into alignments in parcels, and we're going to be looking at how they behave with each other. Let me do some house cleaning real quick here. Make sure I can see my chat window. That's always a good thing to do. All right, my eyeballs are very, very tired right now, but we're going to shoot for about an hour or so. We're going to shoot for about an hour or so on some of these items within Civil 3D, within the parcels objects. When you're looking at a computer screen all day long at a civil engineering firm, I don't know about you, but my eyeballs are fried. But we're doing it. We're doing this anyways. We're getting into it. We're diving into Civil 3D more and more. We're getting more and more accustomed to all of the different tools that it offers. And like I've said on previous streams, none of us know just everything about the program. This program is so robust that as soon as you become an expert in one area, then after a while you start to lose a little bit in another area. So you need to kind of brush up and refresh yourself with different areas of civil engineering, because there's so many different areas to cover within civil engineering that sometimes, you know, you can kind of overwhelm yourself. But for right now, we're just going to focus on this residential area. And we're going to take a look at working with alignments and parcels. Okay, in this exercise, we're going to create an alignment outside of a site and move existing alignments out of sites. Did I say that right? We're going to be creating an alignment outside of a site and move existing alignments out of sites. These practices eliminate unwanted parcels being created by alignments interacting with the site. So the alignment, you know, is going to be interacting with different sites here. And when an alignment is in a site, it creates new parcels. I'm going to repeat that. Whenever you add an alignment to a site, it'll divide it into separate parcels. It creates new parcels if it forms closed areas by crossing over itself or other alignments. So if you have a piece of property, like a square piece of property, then it will, if you have an alignment that goes through, then it will create its own parcels. Well, we're going to be diving into this anyways, folks. Enough talking, let's do it. Okay, right now I'm in the parcel 1E drawing, which is in the exercise files folder. If you're a member of the Civil 3D the Civil3D.TV YouTube channel, I have a link for the exercise files that you can download, and it has all of the exercise files listed in order of our videos. So that's one of the perks of being a member. But we've got this this parcel 1E. This drawing contains 5 roads. Got a ton of roads. Let's take a look at the tool space here. We've got alignments. If we open this up, I'm not seeing any alignments in here. Active drawing window. What's going on? What's this? That's an alignment. What if I do a refresh? Maybe it's in the sites. Ah, there we go. That's a little bit different. That isn't something that I'm necessarily used to, having alignments being within a site. Normally, I'm used to having alignments within this area. I don't know if you have the same experience or not, but this area right here is where I typically see alignments. In centerline alignments, usually, probably about 80% of the time, and then maybe, 10 to 20% of the time, we might have something in miscellaneous alignments. But it's a little bit different seeing alignments within the site. Okay, we've got alignment number 1. If we select that, right click, hit select. Okay, that's alignment 1. What about the site? What's our actual site? If we select site 1, right click, hit select. Okay, this blue line is site 1. What about the others? What is this stuff? This is just a regular property line. Okay. But it's not a site. This stuff is not a site. However, this stuff is a site. Right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I know blue is kind of a difficult color to be able to see on a live stream, but we're going to go with it. Now, is this thing closed? Usually sites are closed. Oh well. Anyways, we'll keep on moving forward here. Alignment 2, which one is that? Select. That's alignment 2. Alignment 3, we'll select that. That's alignment 3. Then alignment 4. We'll select that. Okay. Gets me used to my alignments. Let me check some of the settings here. Okay. All right. In the tool space in the prospector, we've got Site 1, alignments, centerline alignments. That's good. Notice that we have 4 existing centerline alignments that all reside in Site 1, while the top level alignments collection above the sites collection is empty, which is what we went through here previously. Okay? We're going to create an alignment outside of a site. We're going to create an alignment outside of a site. Let's scroll down here. We're going to go to the Home tab, then to the Create Design panel. We're going to go to the Alignment drop-down. Then we're going to create alignment from objects. All right, now we're being prompted to select the first line, arc, or polyline, or XREF. You can even choose XREFs. We're going to choose this red line off to the side here. Let me just make sure that that's the one. That's the one. Yep. Wait a second. No. Select the red center line for the road in the lower middle of the drawing. Is it this one? The lower middle. We've got several here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to roll. We're going to go with this one. Then press enter. We're going to press enter again to, you see this little arrow that shows up? This is the direction of your alignment. Basically, the stationing is going to begin from this point here and then work its way out that way. Or if you want to reverse the direction, obviously you can have it to where it starts here and then ends over here. But we're going to accept the direction. Now, if you notice, in the Create Alignment from Objects dialog box, excuse me, under Site, it's specified as none, which means that we don't have, the alignment will not be associated with the site if we keep it on none. However, we do have the option of Site 1 if we wanted to put it within this grouping. Okay. We're going to go ahead and click OK to accept the defaults. There we go. Now notice that the alignment, this new alignment, is placed up here, as opposed to down here within the site. Okay, now in the next few steps, we're going to move one of the 2 existing cul-de-sac road alignments out of its existing site and into the top level alignment section. So we're going to move one of these up into here. So we're going to be taking it out of the site. We'll start with, okay, move alignments out of a site. Alignment 4, we're going to select this. We're going to select the alignment. I'm just curious to see which one it is. This one. Now, I believe we can right-click, move to site. We can go about it that way, or we can go about it this way by right-clicking, move to site. we get our move to site dialog box. Destination site, it looks like it's already set to none. Looks like that's the only option that we have for a destination site. Then we're going to click OK. And there we go. See how alignment 4 moved to the top level alignments section? It's no longer within a site. So it will no longer be affected by parcels or anything like that, or it will no longer affect parcels. As long as an alignment is not within the site itself, the parcels that make up, that are within the site, within a site right here, it won't affect it. Okay, and that's essentially it for this portion. Where are we at? We're almost at 15 minutes here. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to go to editing parcel data, I believe. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Editing parcel data. Let's go ahead and move on to that. Man, my contacts are really dry. Okay, I'm just going to briefly do a small read right here. Editing parcel data. This tutorial demonstrates 2 ways of resizing a parcel by moving a lot line. The tools that you use to edit a parcel lot line depends on whether the lot line is attached. An attached lot line is a parcel segment that was created with the slide angle, slide direction, and swing line precise sizing tools on the parcel layout tools toolbar, which is, if you were a part of the previous live stream for parcels, you know, we were able to get kind of like the slide. Which one were we doing? The sliding lot line, but the swing parcel line, I don't know, it gave me some goofy results. It isn't always the easiest thing to use. Let's see. You can use a slide angle. Okay, we went through that. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to use 2 precise editing tools, the slide angle and the swing line editing tool. And I think I touched on that briefly within the last live stream, I believe. Kind of got into that just a little bit. Okay, if a lot line is created either from a Civil 3D object or a fixed line and curve tool on the Parcel Layout Tools toolbar, it is not attached. You can use grips and feature line editing tools to change the geometry of these lot lines. All right, exercise 1, sliding a parcel lot line. Okay, we're going to open up parcel 2A. Now I'm taking these exercise files from the installation. These exercise files are actually within your Civil 3D installation, so you have to do a little bit of digging in order to find out where they are, but they are within your current installation of Civil 3D. I believe it's within the help files. Parcel 2A. Oops, I think I took a wrong turn. There we go. Drawings. Parcel 2A. There it is. It's in read only. You can see here's the path in order to get to it. Hopefully that's the path that you installed Civil 3D on. But yeah, it's pretty buried, but this is the path. Click yes. And I'm just going to save this to my desktop for right now. Desktop, save. Okay. In this exercise, you'll resize a parcel by sliding an attached lot line along the parcel frontage. We're going to specify parcel creation settings here. All right. Home tab, then create design panel. We'll go into parcel, then parcel creation tools. We get our dialog box. And if this section isn't showing up for you, again, you want to click this arrow to open and close. Okay, we're going to specify the following parameters. As you specify each parameter, notice that the preview graphic, there's going to be a preview graphic that's going to show up as we're, there we go, as we're going through all of this, and it's kind of showing you what it's affecting, what all these settings are affecting. Okay, parcel sizing. We're going to go with okay, we're going to leave it at 8,000 square feet. Man, I can barely read that. Woo! Okay, minimum frontage, 40 feet. Use minimum frontage at offset. We're going to leave that on yes. Frontage offset, we're going to go with 20. Minimum width, 40. We're going to leave that at 50. Everything else is pretty much at its defaults. Automatic mode, we want to leave that off. And place remainder in the last parcel. Okay, that's good. We'll see what this does. We're going to slide a parcel lot line. Okay, we're going to go up here. No, we're going to go up here. Slide line edit. We're going to click that. We get our create parcels layout dialog box. Again, this right here is the site. We only have one site that's named subdivision A, and that encompasses all of our parcels. Okay, we're going to click OK. Now our command line is asking us to select attach lot line to adjust. Okay. In the drawing, click the lot line that's between parcel 108 and 109. Okay, where's 108 and 109? 108 and 109, right here. This line. Okay, select a parcel to adjust. We're going to hover over 109, click that. And specify the parcel frontage. We're going to go from here all the way down to here. Specify angle. We're going to enter in 90 degrees. Okay, that's how it's going to look. That's the preview of how it's going to look. That's the solution that it came up with. And if we're okay with that, just hit yes. And press enter. oops, I'm going to escape out of this, exit. And you can see, wait a minute, let's bring up the parcel, there we go. Now you can see that our minimum area is met on both of these parcels. Our minimum area is met. And let's throw on some dimensions here. No, it won't let me do that. Let's throw on some dimensions. See what we got. That doesn't really help us. Perpendicular. It won't let me do it. Well, perpendicular is this anyways, so parcel creation tools. Let's see. Okay, we got the 8,000. Minimum frontage is 40. We've got 66, over 66. Frontage offset, don't have to worry about that too much. Minimum width, 40 feet. Okay, we've got that met. Minimum depth is 50 feet. We've got 120 over here, I believe. And then 95 over here, so that's good. Maximum depth is 200. Yep, and we meet that. So that's essentially it. That's it for that one. All right, let's move on to the next. Swinging one end of a parcel lot line. Parcel 2B, that's what we need to open up. We'll do a save as. I'm going to put this on my desktop. Then, okay, nice little read right here. Swinging one end of a parcel lot line. In this exercise, you'll resize a parcel by swinging an attached lot line from a specific reference point. In the Home tab, go to the Create Design panel, go into Parcel. Parcel Creation Tools. Okay, everything here, automatic layout. Everything looks good here except for this. Use shortest frontage. You can see what's going on with the graphic. Everything else we're going to keep at its defaults. Minimum area, we got to change that to 8,000. Okay, here we go. Click this. Swing line edit. We're going to click OK. Now our command line is asking us to select attach lot line to adjust between 104 and 105. So this one right here, we'll select this, then hover over 104. Then we're going to select the starting point for our frontage. I'm going to go from here. Instead of selecting that, I'm going to go, to about here. I'm going to turn off OSNAP. And I'm going to select roughly right about here. That looks good. Looks good to me. Accept the result? Yes. And that's it. I'm going to escape out of this, exit. And it's nice. Now we're at 8,000 square feet, which is what we wanted. What about the frontage? Or kind of like the width of the lot. Oops. And 62. That's fine. About from here to here. 107. You know, I could always throw some labels onto my parcel lot lines rather than dimensioning it this way. I don't know if you remember how to do that from previous exercises, but we delete all of this. I'm going to go up to annotate, click the add labels drop down, parcel. Add parcel labels. I'm going to go with multiple segment. Click add and just select this. I can go clockwise or counterclockwise with my bearings. I go clockwise, and that's it. Even gives you the direction, an arrow tells you to go around this way, clockwise. Very nice. Alrighty, we are moving through this stuff, aren't we? Tell you what, I'm going to take a little break. We're roughly at about 30 minutes. I'm going to go for 30 more minutes. I'm going to take a little break, get some water, and I'll be right back. All right, and we are back, everybody. Aquafina, anybody? Aquafina. All right, we're going to go for another half hour on this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm by far not the utmost expert at Civil 3D, but it is my occupation. I'm a designer by trade. All right. Okay, the next tutorial is going to be editing parcel lot line geometry. Okay, here's a little read. In this exercise, you'll use the feature line editing tools to modify parcel lot line geometry. You'll use two different methods to change the geometry of the two large parcels at the end of a cul-de-sac. Let's open up the exercise files real quick here. I think it's using pretty much the same exercise files. Let's open up. Let's close this down. 2C. Yes. 2C. We're going to save this to desktop just to make things easy. Close down a window. Okay. You'll use two different methods to change the geometry of the two large parcels at the end of the cul-de-sac. I believe we're referencing these two right here. And then first you'll learn about the grips that are available on lot lines. You'll use lot line grips with feature line tools to change the geometry of the parcel. Second, you'll join two separate lot lines and then remove a point of intersection from the combined lot line. Okay, let's begin. We're going to select this lot line back here. Actually, before I do that, watch what happens. Right now I'm in the Annotate tab. If I select this back lot line, we get the parcel segment contextual menu. You'll see that we have this Edit Geometry portion. We want to click that. We're going to be editing the geometry. A lot of this stuff looks very similar to a feature line. Feature line uses a lot of this stuff, as well as edit elevations. So I mean, parcel line is more or less, it's kind of like a feature line. We're going to insert a PI. Actually, if I hover over this, you see this nice little tooltip that shows up? It says right here, inserts a new vertex on a feature line, survey figure, parcel line, polyline, or 3D polyline. Points of intersection break. That's what PI stands for, point of intersection. Break the existing horizontal geometry of a feature line. You can use this command to convert a split point into a geometry point for editing. All right. That makes sense, right? That makes total sense. Okay. See what's going on? After I click that, I've got a brand new point of intersection. I'm going to type in INT for intersection. I'm going to choose this intersection of these lot lines right here. Then it's asking us to specify an elevation. See what I mean? Like this is just like a feature line. If you don't know what a feature line is, there are tutorials available within my video library. Tons of free tutorials on the YouTube channel. And if you want to kind of break away from, if you want actual course related content that's shown in an organized way, feel free to become a member. But there's tons of free videos on the YouTube channel to check out for feature lines. Okay, point of intersection. we're gonna press enter to accept the default elevation. And then we're going to press escape twice to exit out of the command, and that's basically it. That's it for that portion. Now you can see the back line now has a point of intersection, or a PI, at the point where the parcels meet. With a PI in this location, you can edit the lot line on one of the parcels without affecting the other. Okay, I think we're going to be getting into that here. I'm going to select, we're going to grip edit a parcel lot line. In the drawing, we're going to go to the lot line that separates parcel 104 and 105, right over here. Notice that we have a grip. This is a swing line segment, I believe. Okay, this grip is available on attached lot lines, which are created with the slide angle, slide direction, and swing line precise sizing tools available in the Parcel Layout Tools toolbar, which is what we've been going over in the previous tutorials here. You can use this grip to slide the lot line along the lot line in which it's attached. So we'll go ahead and do that. See this? It'll only move like this. I can't move it anywhere else except to slide it along this lot line. And we can get a lot of different results here. Like that. And it won't go any further than that. I'm going to undo this. I believe that's essentially where we're at previously. Yep. Okay. I'm going to regen all. Now notice the grips at the end of the lot line. These grips are available on lot lines that were created either from Civil 3D objects or fixed line and curve tools available in the Parcel Layout Tools toolbar. You can use these grips to change the endpoint location of a lot line. So we're going to click and drag this over to here, over to this endpoint. See what happens. Oh, it broke it. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to undo this. Uh-oh. I think I just broke it, folks. Yeah, when I try to undo, it pushes that slide. Well, wait a minute. Okay, now it works. But I can't put it in the original position. That's sort of the goofy thing about parcels. Sometimes it can be unpredictable. Yeah, I mean, even if I undo all the way to the end, it still leaves this parcel line outside of the site. So that's kind of goofy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of Parcel 2C. I'm going to hit no. I'm going to open this once again. Okay, this is the saved copy on my desktop. I'm going to select this. What happens if I move it this way to this line? Oh, wait a minute. I need to add that PI again. Insert PI, like so, accept the elevation, and then escape. There we go. What happens if I move this over here to this endpoint? It'll go goofy. That's not what I want. I'm going to undo this. Regen all. Okay, we're good. Instead, I'm going to select both of these lot lines and then move the grip over to here. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. Even if I undo this, it'll still, that slide line, that slide lot line. So it gives me these goofy, see, it's even creating a separate parcel from it. I want to undo this. Let's reopen parcel 2C again. Okay, let's add that PI in again. Okay, exit out of that. Let's move this over to here. We've got an unnecessary lot line right here. It even says that in the tutorial. Notice that the area of parcel 105 has changed. However, there is now an unnecessary lot line remaining to the north of the parcel. You can delete the unnecessary portion of that lot line in the following steps. We're going to be trimming that lot line. Parcel segment tab. Okay, we're in that parcel segment tab. Edit geometry panel. We've got that. Then there's a little trim button right here. Click that. The cutting edge. Cutting edge is going to be the back edge of lot 105. Press enter. Then we're going to trim that. And press enter one more time. There we go. Exit out of the command, or escape out of the command. And there you have it. Next, we're going to get into breaking a parcel lot line. A lot of this stuff is just like, again, it's just like dealing with feature lines pretty much. And even with polylines. I mean, polylines still have to be trimmed and whatnot. Break a parcel lot line. We're going to click parcel segment tab. We're going to select this back lot line that's shared between 106 and 107. Edit geometry is selected. Then we're going to break, yeah, right here. Click that button. Now it's asking us to select an object to break. We're going to break this rear lot line. Okay, the first point, type in F for first point. We're going to snap to the intersection. I'm going to type in INT. And the second break point, if I just press enter, there we go. So I didn't even have to specify a second breakpoint. Okay, now we're going to join these two lot lines again. There's a join button. Hit that, then hit this again. Press enter. Press enter one more time. Oops. And that's it. We can delete this point of intersection by going to delete PI and select that. What if I don't want to do that? Regen all. I just hit undo, by the way. If I select what happens if I delete this PI? Then I would eventually trim off that if I wanted to. I'm going to undo this. Regen all. Well, I think you probably get the gist. Okay, and that's essentially it, folks. I'm going to undo all of this. Regen all. And we're going to leave it at that. Okay. Lastly, what I'd like to do, as I'm wrapping up this session, this live stream session, what I would like to direct your attention to is civil3d.tv. If you go to civil3d.tv, you can essentially sign up for Civil 3D updates. Put in your name, email address. Every month I kick out just a bunch of free information, free tutorials that you can go through. Part of them might end up being some of these live feed sessions. Seems like people like the live feed sessions a little bit more for whatever reason. I guess they're more compelled to staying on longer. But if you're interested in learning more, feel free to go to civil3d.tv. If you need to find out or search on a particular topic, click on this magnifying glass and then type in, say, surfaces. Press enter. And then there's all kinds of posts for surfaces or regarding surfaces. So it's kind of like a nice way of being able to pull up information rather quickly. You know, if you need to learn something about, I don't know, feature lines, type in feature lines, press enter, and we've got some information on feature lines. So it's just a new feature that's been put onto the site. I know it's not a huge deal, but who knows, if you can't remember certain aspects of Civil 3D, you know, just type it in, you know, with that magnifying glass, and then off you go. On the site, you can also get into different techniques such as site design, you know, grading design, things of that nature. Some of the stuff is members only information, so you do have to sign up to become a member. If you just want to test out this information, if you want to test out a lot of the members only content, go ahead and start a free trial. This will give you a 3-day trial showcasing all of the information, all of the members only tutorials, and you have 3 days to go through it. There's some people that go through all, just a ton of content within 3 days, within that 3-day trial period. And if you can do that, more power to you. Go for it. What else? If you want to learn more about Civil 3D, kind of like prior versions of Civil 3D 2020 through 2022, basically the whole course, the entire course, is about 10 hours. I believe it's about 10 hours worth of content. Probably about 10 hours worth of content that's down here, from navigating the interface to adding and managing points. You can just cycle through all of these different subjects. And again, it's just a lot of information. The only thing that you're going to be dealing with, though, is that if you click on one of these articles, scroll down, and then if you play this information, in this exercise, you're going to be dealing with ads. There's ads within these videos, and this video is roughly about an hour long, but it goes into pipe networks for Civil 3D 2020 through 2022. But yeah, it's just, there's going to be ads within this portion, within this free session, and you can get to the free sessions by clicking on this up at the top. By clicking on 2020 to 2022, close out of the ad, and then yeah, this is all of the course content for Civil 3D 2020 through 2022. And what I've been doing is just a lot of this stuff I'm working through creating brand new content for 2023 through 2024, and eventually I think 2025, or as Civil 3D continues to be released, I'm going to be releasing brand new members only content. So and you'll have access to it for about a month or so. If you go into free tutorials, I give you some free tutorials before it becomes members only content. So you have the opportunity of being able to see the members only content just before, probably there's a month grace period that I'll give before it becomes members only content. So just to let you know, that's what's going on here. But again, I appreciate you guys hanging out for tonight as we dove into parcels. In later live streams, I might get into repeating some of the tutorials that I just did, but just to kind of get accustomed to certain aspects of parcels, because sometimes parcels can be very, very difficult to learn. It can be unpredictable. And again, whenever I've used parcels in the past, especially for a large site, sometimes it'll crash on you, and that's when it becomes a pain in the butt. But a lot of times what I would suggest as far as the use of parcels, it's great to be able to put parcels within its own base drawing. Like, for example, if I shut this down, this would essentially be its own base drawing. Now, you'll notice that there aren't really any other Civil 3D objects within the drawing itself. There might be some alignments, if you're dealing with alignments, when it comes to creating the parcels. But other than that, it's a very clean drawing. It's just parcels. That's it. What's great about setting this up as a base file is that you can XREF it into any of your construction drawings, so it could save on space, and who knows, it could save on your drawings crashing. When you're dealing with the sheets themselves, I think they're less likely to crash on you. So Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We're roughly at about an hour or so. Take care, folks. Feel free to peruse a lot of my content. All the stuff, the vast majority of the stuff is free. Peruse all the free content that you want. And I would highly encourage you to become a member, and just check out the 3-day trial on my members only content. So until next time, take care, folks. God bless and peace.